After having a leisurely morning in Hanmer Springs, resupplying and then catching the shuttle, there was a short and leisurely 3.5 hour, 15.5k walk to Boyle Flats hut. It was nice to see Boyle Flats hut from a distance. Somebody was there and had already lit the fire, so there was smoke coming from the chimney and it looked really homely and a great place to stay. Boyle Flats hut is a 12-bunk hut and it was full the night that we stayed. This is Sebastian and Natalie, a couple of northbound Araroa Trail hikers that I hiked on and off with right through from here until Ship Cove at the top of the South Island. It was such a beautiful morning leaving Boyle Flats hut on the way to Ann Hut. Today was 17.5 k's and about 5 hours of walking, and it is nice and relatively flat and just a beautiful, beautiful valley to walk in. Something I just love about hiking in the South Island is the accessibility to fresh water, and the Araroa Trail just follows so many streams and rivers, and there is always plenty of beautiful crystal clear fresh stream water to have. There was so much talk on trail before I reached Ann Hut just about what a stunning hut it was. It's big and spacious and had amazing views, and it did not disappoint me when I got there. I ended up spending the afternoon just sitting outside. There was enough breeze to keep the sandflies away, and just having a coffee and reading a magazine, and it was just such a nice spot to be. Day 3 of this Waiau Pass section, and from Ann Hut to Waiau Hut is 26 kilometres and about 6 hours of walking, so it was my biggest day that I was going to be out here for this section. I'd heard about the wild horses, so it was cool to see some for myself. Bumped into our family friend Joel. He was heading southbound on the TA while I was heading northbound, so it was really sweet to catch up with him between Ann Hut and Waiau Hut. Wading through streams regularly and having wet shoes is all just part of the TA, but these streams are cold and blue and clear and stunning to walk through. It's a regular occurrence for the TA hikers to wash their clothes and fill their drink bottles at the end of the day from a local stream. Most huts are located near a stream or a river, which makes easy access. After spending the night at Waiau Hut, it was an 8k walk to get to Waiau Forks and the base of Waiau Pass before the climb. It was really pretty. We followed the river for a little ways and then onto some scree, which is a little bit trickier, the terrain, but also really beautiful. I wasn't really expecting this scree quite so early before Waiau Fork, so it caught me by surprise a little bit, and definitely made the day a little bit more of a bigger day time-wise. I love this spot right here, getting to see the trail ahead as well as all the mountain views. There was a really pretty waterfall that was just absolutely spectacular. The water is so clear down on the South Island and just so blue. So I spent a little bit of time hanging out here. The climb heading north over Waiau Pass is really steep, but it's a really pretty firm rock a lot of the times, and then just some of this hard-packed scree. I'm made for climbing mountains, so I absolutely love the challenge, and I just found it to be a really, really fun climb. Here I am at the top, looking pretty proud of myself. It's a really steep descent from the north side heading down to Lake Constance. The scree is really slippery and I didn't end up filming any of it. On the other side of Waiau Pass, I got to catch up with Barbara, Christina and Bernard again. They had camped out at the base of Waiau Forks the night before, whereas I'd stayed in the hut at Waiau Hut, and so it was cool to catch up with them and be able to walk with them for a little bit. The weather had really started to pack in once I got down to the other side, and so our views were a little bit limited, but the fog came and went, and so we still got to see some decent views while we were up there. The fog rolled in and I couldn't end up seeing anything by the time I got to Blue Lake Hut. So I got up early in the morning and went down to the lake and took some video footage first thing at 7 a.m. in the morning. The trail from Blue Lake Hut to West Sabine Hut is about 8 k's, takes a couple of hours and follows the Sabine River on and off throughout the whole way. It's a mix of river trail, mossy green forests and scree. So much of the South Island has these thick mossy forests and they are just beautiful and so green to walk through. This section from Blue Lake Hut to West Sabine Hut was probably one of my favourite sections of mossy forest. We'd had so much rain the night before and so the river was really loud and running really fast, but it was just so cool. I don't know how to describe it, being out there amongst it and hearing the river and just being in this thick mossy green forest.